You're not an ageist, are you?
No, I am not. I am not. Pete Carroll, 74 plus. All kinds of energy, unlike any coach we've seen. As the Bears winning the toss, they do elect to receive the football. As they begin from inside their own 30-yard line to the ground game. It has been Ben Johnson puts DJ Moore in the offensive backfield here. And that's where Williams goes. Moore just trying to get DJ Moore with the football arch in some space. Devin White, who's been tremendous for this Raiders defense to start, with the tackle after a pickup of 5. Lone setback is Swift on 3rd and 3. Play action. Williams steps up, feels the pocket, goes to the check, and it's incomplete. Boy, put it on the hands of Swift. The pressure that time was coming from Thomas Booker. It was the first time that Caleb Williams had not been sacked in a game that he's played in his season plus in the NFL. Troy Taylor, second-year punter. Trey Tucker going to play it from inside the 20. Tucker coming in off his career game last week. 7 yards on the return, 46 on the punt. So Geno and the Raiders begin at their 25. Fake handoff, and he fires and completes. Good-looking drive starter as he locates Jacoby Myers, tackled by Kevin Byard.
But they are coming off their best, most complete game of the season against the Dallas Cowboys.
Ashton Jeanty breaking free. First down run. Boy, that's got to feel good for the young rookie running back. Geno off the play action, hard fake, broken up and incomplete. Dante Thornton, the rookie receiver, and well covered on the play by Tyreek Stevenson.
It's a little bit of everything, but they just haven't got on the same page.
Jeanty just barely is able to pick up maybe a half yard. Last week, Arch 93 rushing yards as a team. Boy, Geno has to feel that high snap on 3rd and 10. Throws a dart, and he's picked. Center of the field, it's Byard. And Byard has some running room. Gets down nearly to the 20, 35 on the return.
Ball hawking safeties that we've seen, 28 now, 29 career interceptions. He's just reading Geno Smith. The Bears show pressure, dropping everybody out in zone, and just look at Byard's eyes. He is all over Jacoby Myers. He sees the route develop, he jumps it. Well, that's how you start on defense. A secondary, Spiro, that they really struggled a couple weeks ago against the Detroit Lions. Played a great game last week.
And what a start for this Bears defense. Little read option, handoff, but that Raiders front was not fooled. Max Crosby making first contact. Williams from the gun. Raiders rush 4. Williams pass batted down at the line of scrimmage. And incomplete.
To try to force it into that zone coverage.
Well within field goal range here as Crosby bats it up high at the line of scrimmage. So 2 balls batted on back-to-back plays.
Span off the edge. Look at Crosby. He is flying upfield, and look at the left arm. Gets it up almost. I mean, he almost tips it up and bats it to himself. But that's really a great response by the Raiders after giving up.
So Cairo Santos, 11-year vet, is right down the middle to get us our first points of the day here in Las Vegas. They're celebrating Super Bowl anniversaries. Man, has it been 40 years since the 85 Bears won Super Bowl 20? That is crazy to think. As Dylan Laube crosses the 25, gets close to the 26-yard line before this drive even begins for the Raiders. 1st and 10 from their own 26. Geno pulls it back, fake handoff, gets it out to Tucker, open space. And Tucker pays the price at the end of that play. Byard among the tacklers.
He just did not account for Byard in the middle of the field.
But they go misdirection here with Chip Kelly. Again, it's Tucker. There is a marker thrown right around the line of scrimmage. And you can see Tucker already becoming a bigger focal point in this offense. Could this be a potential hold against the Raiders?
Yep, Jacoby Myers.
Holding offense, number 16, 10-yard penalty.
Jeanty trying to find that seam. Will be a couple of yards short of the line to gain. Montez Sweat. Big early play here, 3rd and 1, and that one never had a chance. Geno Smith on the keeper. Dayo Odangbo, as they got that big push. Boy, they roll the dice, and they don't get it. Football then comes out. So that'll give the Bears even better field position down close to the 20. Tyreek Stevenson, who had that incredible defensive play early last week against Dallas, makes the recovery.
Watch Jordan Meredith, the center. He has Billings lined up right on top of him, and for some reason, he just goes the other way in a short yardage situation. And, you know, I don't care if you're Ashton Jeanty or Earl Campbell or Christian Okoye, you're going nowhere. It's been a sloppy operation.
It was Noah Sewell, Arch, who made the big hit to jar the football loose as the Bears go to their ground game here. On 2nd and 8, Williams, a little sleight of hand. Everyone fooled for a moment, then the Raiders recover.
And that's why you've seen Caleb Williams in 3rd down. He's been under heavy pressure already in this game.
Bears top 4 in the league in 3rd down conversion so far as Williams delivers a strike. Olamide Zaccheaus makes the reception inside the 10.
Alert for end around and reverses in this part of the field from the Bears offense.
Bears have been an excellent first quarter scoring team as Williams again pulls it back. They're going to lose yardage. Jermaine Pratt able to get his big mitts around Williams. It's a loss of 4.
And get it out to his receivers for those 4 touchdowns.
Williams gets himself turned around, throws back corner of the end zone and incomplete. Looking for Rome Odunze. Play clock down to 1. Williams batted up in the air and it is picked. Crosby. He has been a beast at the start. 19 on the return, and the Raiders defense answers yet again. Finally gets his first career pick. What an answer for the Raiders defense. Geno Smith, boy, magic trick to keep that play alive. He fades the sack, and he may have a 1st down run. Let's see where the officials mark the football. It was Noah Sewell coming in with the pressure. Since entering the league in 2019, his 26th. Already has 2 in this game.
Did you say it's his first interception? That's
first
incredible.
Career.
Yeah.
Andrew Billings, let's see what the call is here.
Neutral zone infraction defense, number 97. 5-yard penalty. It results in a 1st down.
Final 3 and change of the quarter. This is Jeanty. And right there you see the powerful, physical downhill style as he runs right into the chest of Tremaine Edmonds for 7. So the Raiders get the penalty, then a 7-yard run. They go back to the rookie, Jeanty, 1st down. Had that just historic collegiate career. 2,600 rushing yards last year, 2nd most in a season ever, behind someone named Barry Sanders. This is Brock Bowers making his first catch, and he has been a big part of the story for them. Obviously no Jalen Johnson, IR. Hoping to get him back at some point, 2nd part of the season, a Pro Bowl in the secondary. Everyone covered. Geno's going to run for it. He's got a 1st down. Geno's got real estate inside the 10.
The defender's over to the left, and there is nobody here to cover Geno. You'd like to see him make the next impact in this offense would be in the red zone. We haven't seen that this season.
Smith to the end zone looking for Bowers, a little bit behind his star tight end.
And Sewell is really taking advantage of this opportunity.
Now Dennis Allen likes Edmonds in that spot. This is Jeanty out of the backfield. Jeanty sprung free for the Vegas touchdown. It was Sewell who had a chance, but just too much dynamite and that low center of gravity for the rookie Jeanty.
Yes, Sewell is responsible for Jeanty in man-to-man coverage.
First receiving touchdown for Jeanty. And a point after by Daniel Carlson. And we were a little jealous about all those free hot dogs that they gave away last week. So we had a couple of flown in here for us. But obviously, that is the furthest thing from Caleb's mind. So we did flow Caleb Williams and his offense back. Here comes Crosby. We'll check the flag here. This is Swift, as that gets us to the end of the quarter.
Illegal motion offense, number 15. 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
First and 15 after the penalty as they play from their own 26. Williams, just enough time, and the completion to Cole Kmet as we check in with Aditi. Yeah, Aditi, Caleb told us I grew up on tough coaching, and so that honesty, really the basis of that relationship and the trust that is developing between those two is key as makes the catch. Boy, Williams, the stumble, here they come. They spring him free. Williams a shot, but it's incomplete. Looking for Odunze, but the timing of that play thrown off.
But I don't love it from the Bears.
Boy, they're going to go for it. Fourth, just under a yard, and they pick it up. What a decision by Ben Johnson. They roll the dice. Swift in the open flat. Knocked out of bounds by Chin. A pickup of 7.
A chance to try to extend this drive.
Play action, fake handoff to Swift. Williams completes. That's the tight end commit. All the way down to the 23-yard line. So Caleb Williams, boy, psychologically turns the page quickly after that stumble. Fires for 29 to his tight end.
You've seen a lot of this from Williams this year. He's under center more.
Cole Kmet, bigger role today without Loveland. That pass incomplete. Boy, and it hit Kmet right on his hands.
He had him.
2nd and 10. Williams, football's loose. And Chicago averts disaster. Max Crosby again right in the thick of the party for the Raiders as the Bears lose 6.
This is a zone read where typically he's reading the end man on the line of scrimmage. And I'm not sure why he pulls this football. They're trying to use Crosby's. Williams made the wrong decision. He should have handed that ball off.
3rd and 16. Raiders coming heavy. Williams buried. Tyree Wilson. Big sack for the Raiders.
It really doesn't get much better than this. They're trying to take advantage of the inside 3. And just as Jackson comes off on Devin White, he lets Wilson go right up the pipe for another sack.
But on the edge of field goal range to coming up without any points. And this disappointing offensive start for Chicago continues. Knocking the Bears out of field goal range. They come away without any points. Geno Smith handing here to Jeanty. So, Arch, how about the Chicago defense?
Didn't play well in that game against Detroit. Loved how they bounced back.
Handoff here to Jeanty. Spins his way.
But they have a lot of different variations when they give an offense this look.
Raiders 0-2 on 3rd down so far. Geno protected this time. Geno over the middle, and that's picked. It's Byard, his 2nd INT of the half.
This looks like the interception from the first quarter. Same look, Byard in the middle. He's going to look at Myers coming inside, and he's going to jump it. It's the exact same play. Unbelievable. Just job well done, but that is the exact same play. Can they capitalize? They only have 3 points.
Handoff here to Swift. Slips the initial tackle, gets down close to the 17-yard line.
But their running backs, both Swift and Monungai, only averaging about 3.4 yards per carry.
Luther Burden, Max Crosby putting him to sleep.
Snap in and snap out.
Big 3rd down, 3rd and 7. Williams evading the rush. Williams gets it to Zacchaeus. And this is going to come down to the spot. Digital chains crew measurements, Arch. Could we
Las Vegas
Get our first one potentially as Pete Carroll's going to challenge the spot.
And reaching the line of the game for a first down.
Unsuccessful challenge by Pete Carroll, so the Raiders lose the timeout. They're out of timeouts. And a first down stands for Chicago as Swift chopped down in the backfield. Jamal Adams trying to resurrect his career, making his first big play for the Raiders. With Las Vegas on 2nd and 11, Swift. Boy, they just cannot get the running game going. Good push by Devin White. Athletes out in their cities.
Spiro, the Raiders more aggressive in this game.
Little sidearm delivery. They get it to Moore. Moore getting downhill inside the 10. There's a marker in. Right towards the end of that play as Moore picks up 8 on the catch and run. For the Chicago offense continues.
Offense, number 14. 10-yard penalty, remains third down.
Williams. And that play is blown up. Malcolm Kuntz. No one was fooled up front for the Raiders.
Have not played their best football on the road, and it's looking a bit like the same here.
Santos hit from 46, and this one is good from 43. So Chicago tacks on 3. We got a 1-point game in Las Vegas as we play ladder stage. Have been turned into only 6 points thanks in large part to Max Crosby. Having a cut worked on his left elbow. As they have been flying all over the place. Patrick Graham's defense. Good return here by Laube as he gets out across the 35, close to the 40. Jeanty springs free. Turns on the Jets. One guy to beat. Bayard can't bring him down. And the rookie on a dead sprint. 64 yards. Touchdown.
Look at the effort by Parham, the left guard, and how he's able to get position on Edmonds. Edmonds cannot go under this block. He's got to stay outside. Excellent blocking by the wide receivers, and everybody's been waiting for this. Ashton Jeanty.
As he has his second rushing touchdown of his young career.
Yeah, they just haven't been able to consistently get him with open field opportunities, but right there you saw exactly what he's capable of.
There's Duvernay, the Pro Bowl return man, and he is going to be brought down shy. How does this Bears offense now respond? And what has been a hardly disappointing first half so far. Williams going to go to the check, and he throws it underthrown to Swift.
Not a very good plan to leave him unblocked, but makes another play in the backfield unstoppable.
Williams again threads the needle. This will be a first down, much needed first down connection. As they have leaned on him heavily so far, as expected through the early part of the season. Caleb Williams, play action on 1st and 10. Everyone covered down the field, goes to Swift, the check again. As Adams again, the tackler.
Too many negative plays on every single drive, and they're just not good enough to overcome those negative plays.
They only have 74 yards of total offense. Pitch play to Swift. Swift slipping the initial tackle, gets to the 50-yard line. And some of the attractions to check out here in Vegas is Caleb Williams back to the air. This will be a first down on a 3rd and 2. Now Chicago desperately trying to get the football down the field. Odunze, the Las Vegas kid, coming back home. About 39.40 tickets for Odunze here. This is Monungai, the rookie, ducks inside the 35-yard line.
Play for a 1-yard gain.
Williams play action again. Williams, Kuntz coming around the edge. Williams running for his life. Crosby giving chase. Williams, boy, put it in a place where Kmet had a chance, but he runs out of real estate.
4, front 5, front 6 of the Raiders.
Here they come again. Williams protected. Williams a little bit high for Odunze, and it's incomplete. Isaiah Polamau was there, and Odunze paid the price.
Well, he gets everything he wants. Really nice protection. You see the pocket, but this ball.
And Arch, this is a tough kick. This is a 52-yard attempt for Santos. Operation is sound, and Santos able to salvage 3 points for the Bears. So a Chicago offense that has produced just 95 total yards. Bears are going to kick this away. We'll see how aggressive Pete Carroll wants to be here. No timeouts left for the Raiders. Depend on how good a return they can get here with Raheem Mostert active, making his Raiders debut. Gets out across the 30-yard line. We'll check the flag here.
During the return, holding against the receiving team, number 88. 10-yard penalty, first down Las Vegas.
Williams goes to Myers, breaks a couple of tackles, gets to the 20. You were a little hard on him, too.
I wouldn't say that I was hard on him. There were some missed opportunities. I mean,
this is Mostert, little bit of a bobble, gets his first touch.
I resent that comment, by the way, sir.
I really shook you up with that, didn't I? As Geno's going to spike the football here, and they're going to potentially have one more chance. 7 seconds.
I'm just asking. I'm an upside guy, right?
Here's Mostert. That'll be another first down, and that will take us to the end of the first half here in Las Vegas. Our producer Jason Ross, Mark Grant, our director. Happy to have you with us from Allegiant Stadium, this football palace in Las Vegas. Short kick fielded by Mostert. Out across the 25 to the 26-yard line. A couple of seconds ago, Aditi with the aforementioned Ben Johnson. Aditi asking those hard questions. Geno Smith going to run for it, and he is picked again. Tyreek Stevenson with a mesmerizing play.
What a word. Number 29 in the slot on a crossing route. And they've had some trouble on these crossing routes, but brilliantly played. And another Chicago Bear takeaway. Question is, can they capitalize?
Chicago has scored on 3 of their 6 possessions. The only issue is they've all been field goals. So another short field. Boy, they fake. Little pitch back. Ben Johnson going back into his bag of tricks. This could be an illegal hand to the face from Swift. Got a fistful of the face mask of the defender on that play. We saw the flea flicker last week.
Personal foul, face mask, offense. Number 4. 15-yard penalty, remains first down.
Backfires, and now you're 1st and 20.
And again, this backs him up. We've seen that. Penalties, miscues, fumbles. As this one is going to be ruled incomplete. Devin White was there. Right tackle. Remember, no Darnell Wright. Who's out today with that elbow injury. Big play here as they get it to DJ Moore. He's going to get it down to the 35-yard line. And I beg your pardon, Trapillo now is in at left tackle for Chicago. So all kinds of movement now with this offensive line for Chicago. How do they navigate on 3rd and 5? Caleb Williams connects. Odunze, big catch to get the Chicago first down. They pick up 10. See what Williams has done. It has not been pretty. But none of that will matter if Chicago can somehow win this game in week 4 in Las Vegas. As DeAndre Swift desperately trying to get this ground game going. 2nd and 7. Remember, they redid this offensive line in the offseason. They signed Drew Dalman, their center in free agency, and traded for Joe Thuney. 4-time Super Bowl champ with Kansas City, Jonah Jackson.
False start, offense, number 79. 5-yard penalty, remains 2nd down.
Consistent 1st, 2nd, 3rd and long situations.
Caleb, couple of hard fakes, somehow escapes. Crosby giving chase. And Caleb Williams, they're going to call him out of bounds before the release. 125 yards and the 1 pick. Williams slings it over the middle. Caught Odunze for the Chicago touchdown.
It looks to me like we have confusion. Both of these safeties, watch the communication pre-snap, and they both come down, and there's no safety in the middle of the field. Both corners are playing outside leverage. When the defense makes a mistake, he found it, made him pay. That was a great strike from Williams.
Point after by Santos. Rome Odunze entered the day tied for the league lead in touchdown catches.
Unconventional game, to say the least, but entertaining.
Entertaining, no doubt. Here's Mostert out across the 30 to the 36. There is a penalty flag thrown.
During the return, holding against the receiving team, number 18. 10-yard penalty, first down Las Vegas.
in what has been one of the worst statistical games of his career. 3 interceptions. They give it to Jeanty.
He has been simply outstanding with another takeaway.
Ashton Jeanty over the 100-yard mark, first of his career. Raiders hope the first of many. Leapfrogs the defender. And Jeanty's forward momentum is going to take him now close.
From the Chicago Bears and giving Jeanty a shot at making something happen.
And Arch, you can stay committed to this ground game. Again, 2-point game. As that door is still wide open.
Chicago has to do everything they can to find a way to knock out the run and make them one-dimensional.
Underneath, this is Bowers. Bowers has a couple of lead blockers. He's got a convoy. And Bowers gets on the plus side of the field. Officials will mark it now just shy of the Chicago 35. They pick up 19.
Did you see Jackson Powers Johnson get out in front and lead the way? Wow.
Times have changed. Jeanty. So much about being a good running back, Arch.
Every play, it was a different picture and somebody different getting penetration.
This is Tucker trying to find the edge. Now, the other thing to keep in mind with Jeanty, Arch, got to get those wheels right if you're a running back at this level. On 3rd and 3, Geno delivers. Myers, first down, Vegas. Raiders working now inside the Chicago 20, fresh set of downs. Back to the ground game. This is Mostert breaking a tackle, getting downhill. Mostert with a 10-yard run, first down, goal to go for the Raiders as they try to answer. Jeanty patiently looking for a seam. We'll check the marker thrown here towards the top of your picture, towards that Chicago sideline. 2nd and goal. Geno underneath over the middle. Jeanty! He's got his 2nd touchdown catch. Ashton Jeanty has been unleashed in this Raiders offense.
Just a slippery little move here. And
as the Raiders go 10 plays, 80 yards in just over 6 minutes time. Point after by Carlson. Certainly the best game of his young career. 4th game against the Chicago Bears defense. Kick fielded by Duvernay just outside of his end zone. Crosses the 30-yard line and up ahead to the 32. 1st and 10. Caleb Williams and company will begin from their own 32. Handoff here. Kyle Monungai, the rookie. Last week, obviously, a big step for Caleb Williams and company. But can they win these kind of ugly games, especially on the road? Williams, a couple of hard fakes, fires over the middle, and that's batted down and incomplete. Eric Stokes, who has been sensational in the back end of the defense, was there for the Raiders.
And he missed an opportunity downfield to make a big play.
For a big 3rd down right here, 3rd and 3. Williams steps up, pocket muddies, and he's going to be short. About a half yard of that line to gain. Let's see what Ben Johnson elects to do here. Stokes, who has been one of the real bright spots. Meantime, 4th down. They're 1 of 1 on 4th down plays in this game, and this one is going to be a false start penalty.
False start offense, number 85. 5-yard penalty, remains 4th down.
I think the right decision is to punt, but call me old-fashioned.
Penalty numbers starting to pile up now for the Bears. As Troy Taylor with some good leg on it. Does this take a Chicago bounce? Punt. And it will. Masterfully done by Taylor. And Geno Smith and company going to be pinned back deep.
During the kick, holding against the receiving team, number 44. That penalty to force half the distance to the goal from the end of the kick. 1st down.
To dig themselves out of this hole, this is your time in this game to show up and make something happen.
A Chicago defense that has had 4 takeaways in this game. Geno able to get him a couple of yards of breathing room on the keeper, and this time Jeanty stood up.
He's in the field, middle of the field, lurking, reading his eyes, just like he's done the entire game. on 3rd and long.
Fired 2 picks if you've just hopped on with us. Geno fires just inside the numbers, and Myers going to be well short of that first down. As we are down to $1:20 left in the quarter. Duvernay is going to get a shot to play it here from just outside his 30. He zigzags up on the Raiders side of the field. Malik Neighbors, a potentially season-ending injury. The early reports not good. And so that is going to temper the enthusiasm around that Giants victory today.
To slow down.
Final 30 seconds of the quarter. This is Manungai. Breaks the initial tackle. Missed tackle there. Looked like Devin White had a shot. 3rd and 1 for Caleb Williams and the Bears as they play outside the 40 of the Raiders. Swift finds the edge. First down Chicago as he's able to turn the corner. And that was their longest run of the day. Aditi, a pickup of 13 for Swift. As he now gets a breather. This is Manungai. It's been this 1-2 punch in this game. Look at Manungai taking on tacklers.
It's coming back.
Holding offense, number 73. 10-yard penalty, remains first down.
As they're not able to even get their backs to the linebackers in secondary because they're just getting beat one-on-one, especially on the edges in this game.
Well, that knocks them back really on the boundary of their field goal position on the field as they complete here to Zacchaeus, a pickup of 13. 2nd and 7. Raiders rush 4. Caleb, clean pocket. And just off target on that pass, looking for Manungai, and now another flag is thrown.
Before the pass, illegal contact, defense, number 57. 5-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Manungai lined up bottom of your picture. 5 wide receivers for Williams on 1st and 10. Near side of the field, hard hit. Zacchaeus, excellent concentration as Polamalu lit him up. DJ Moore lines up in the offensive backfield alongside Williams on 2nd and 5. Williams passed, batted down at the line of scrimmage, and it's guess who? Crosby. 3rd batted pass in the game for Max Crosby.
Just reads his eyes. Look, he doesn't really even rush. He sees that it's quick game. Reads his eyes and then just jumps up and bats down the ball. Almost gets another interception. Except you've got to make this throw. He loves,
Football is loose. And Chicago again with a disastrous sequence. Deep on the plus side of the field, penalties and miscues, making these field goal attempts even more difficult. But boy, they have been really relying on Cairo Santos, who's been sensational. Hasn't been pretty for Caleb Williams and the Bears, but they inch closer here in Vegas. We got a 2-point game away from where we are here at Allegiant Stadium. All the attractions in this incredible city. Mostert fields it, crosses the 20, 25, and takes a hard hit at the 26-yard line. Pitch play, Jeanty. Hard, stiff arm, Jeanty. We're starting to get that confidence level rising. Jeanty getting a breather here. Mostert giving him a blow, and Mostert's got a first down, running more. Into the second level. Finally tackled on the play. A pickup of 38 by Mostert.
but Parham really has led the way on a lot of key runs. You got a 2 tight end set to the left side. Number 66, he's able to lead the way, get that key.
So that is a monster deal for this Raiders offense. As Mostert running right, picks up 2, maybe 3. And you got Jordan Meredith, the guy playing center, was not projected to be their starting center when camp began. So they're trying to put all those pieces together. Brock Bowers makes the catch.
And Dylan Parham really leading the way to get those big plays.
Pitch play to Jeanty, making a miss. Jeanty weaves his way downhill, down to the 7. That bruising, hard, physical run style of Ashton Jeanty.
Well, one more time, they're going to condense everybody inside right here. They're going to go hash to sideline, toss it. Myers leading the way. Colton Miller.
Pete Carroll talking about Jeanty. Just so rock solid, his mental makeup, even after the struggles the first couple of weeks of the season.
He or the offensive line took a lot of reps in the preseason, maybe 15, 20 snaps in total.
On 2nd and goal, this is Jeanty. Unable to slip the initial tackle. Good push. It was Dominique Robinson and Shamar Turner. As we cross the 7-minute mark, 3rd and goal. Smith, near side, a bit low for Dante Thornton. The rookie could not squeeze it to try to extend this to a 4-point lead. A.J. Cole is the holder, and Carlson's kick inside that right upright. Daniel Carlson on the kick. Perfectly done. Burden inside the 10, tripped up as he crosses the 30-yard line.
In a tough environment, when it hasn't been easy, a great chance.
But a sidearm delivery from Williams. We see the #1 pick.
And they just haven't been able to sustain and stack positive plays back to back.
This is Swift able to find that seam. Big first down run for Chicago, a pickup of 8. Meantime, that clock running, all 3 timeouts left for the Bears. As we are now 5 and change, Williams steps up in the pocket, gonna rip it and completes. DJ Moore as he works in front of that Chicago sideline. Play action from Williams. Goes to Swift out of the backfield on the check down, and Swift spins his way inside the Raiders 40. Remember, no Colston Loveland, the rookie tight end for Chicago. As this one whistled before the ball was snapped. And again, Art, you just mentioned those Chicago miscues.
I think it's Komet again.
Offense, number 85. 5-yard penalty, 2nd down.
The second committed by Komet. Marks him back at the 41-yard line. Williams steps up. Williams, first down and more. Making it happen with his wheels inside the 30. A run of 13 to get Chicago a first down.
But you really haven't seen it much today. Williams scrambling and making it happen with his legs. I mentioned earlier in the game, when he scrambles, he's much more dangerous as a runner. He hasn't been as good as a passer when he gets outside the pocket. Doesn't like.
Pitch play, Swift, and he's blown up. Devin White unleashed. And it will be 2nd and 11 for Chicago.
Devin White is, I think, the proper terminology, vocabulary. Shot out of
2nd and 11. As we are inside of 3 minutes left. Crosby coming around the edge. They protect Williams, and he completes. First down, Bears. Odunze. Final 2 minutes. Chicago driving as they play in a 5-point hole. Crosby coming around the edge. Somehow Caleb able to lose him, then fires to the end zone, and it's incomplete. Looking for the tight end, Komet.
I think you got to go after him. See if he's got what it takes in a big spot. Right now, he's on DJ Moore.
Eric Stokes still on the sidelines. Williams, everyone covered. Crosby chasing. Forces him out of bounds, shy of the line to gain.
Scrambling and picking up that yardage.
Remember, you don't need a touchdown here. You need 3 yards for the first down. It is Swift. Appears as though he's got it. We'll see where the officials mark the football. Waiting for the signal from Adrian Hill. First and goal, Bears. Buck 39 left in regulation. Swift to the outside. In for the Chicago touchdown. And the Bears, punching back, have retaken the lead here in Vegas.
It's just a foot race. Blue Kelly alert some sort of zone read to Caleb Williams' left side.
Williams steps up. Williams looking, end zone. And it is going to be batted down. Pratt had it, threw it down to the turf. As Chicago comes up empty.
This is where it gets pretty interesting on this kick.
Torrey Taylor, fielded by Laube inside his 5-yard line. Crosses the 20, 25, 30. Laube! Boy, that is a gigantic return. No flags. Buck 27 after a 39-yard return from Laube. Here they come. Geno, free rusher, and somehow is able to get it out cleanly to Bowers. 2nd and 4.
Expect Dennis Allen to continue to be aggressive. That last play was an all-out blitz.
Geno Smith again right back to Bowers. 1st down and more. Have to start to think about these timeouts here now if you're Ben Johnson. Quick delivery. This is Tucker, who had that titanic performance last week. Nick McLeod on the tackle.
Because Chicago now, they're in a spot where they have to try to force him out of field goal position.
See the target line. Jeanty gets down close to the 35. It would be about a 53-yard field goal from here. Smith the handoff to Jeanty, and he has stood up. Kevin Byard, who has been just remarkable in this game. Jacob Bobenmeyer, the snapper. A.J. Cole, the holder. The kick is blocked. Unbelievable.
For him to be able to bend that corner, get his hands on the football, just an incredible play and an incredible finish for Chicago.
Boy, a week after Bears in the closing seconds, and they're going to get out of here somehow, some way, with a 2nd straight win. Caleb Williams, it wasn't pretty, but again, how do you navigate these ugly, physical, grind-out games?